Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Tribbler Podcast. And today we are having a different setup in the studio. As you know that on this platform, we always had guests, but today we are having a different type of setting in the studio. I'm accompanied by Luhle, and she's co-hosting with me today. And it's a different vibe. She's going to be the one who is asking me questions, because in many times I'm the one who is asking people questions. And I believe that people out there have questions to ask me. So here is Luhle, given a chance to ask Tribbler some questions.
Hi, what's up? Okay? Are you ready?
I'm not okay.
You're going to be fine.
But I think I'll be okay when I answer your questions because they make me feel nervous. Yeah?
It's not hectic, trust me.
Okay.
It's not hectic. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Are you sure? I'll start with this one. Do you think your awakening is a choice or a calling? Like as in your podcast and all that.
I think my awakening
is a choice or a calling.
That's a tricky question because I struggle with both things. I do believe it's a calling. At the same time, I do believe it's personal.
Okay.
I do believe it's a calling in the sense that I do believe that there are things that we are not in control of in our lives. And the way in which events and things happen is something that is outside of our control and even our comprehension. So in that way, I would say I feel like maybe it's a calling. On the other side, I say...
What is a calling? What is a calling?
I think it is your inner self speaking to you, your higher self.
Is it that little
speaking
voice to you hear that tells you do this?
I think it's deeper than that. I do believe it's deeper than that. And it's something that I cannot explain, that most people can get it.
Okay.
And I said it's by choice in the sense that I'm someone who has always been looking for the truth. And trying to find the truth in most places, I didn't find the truth. So the only place that I could find the truth was me. I'm the truth. So that's how I become maybe awakened, or I'm still awakening. I don't know.
So when did you first realize your awakening had begun, and what did that moment feel like?
When did I think? That's a tricky question. Your question.
Sorry.
Okay.
I'm not sorry, actually.
When do I think that?
Yeah, your awakening. When did you first realize your awakening?
I think I was triggered by Joshua Maponga. I saw one of his clip on I'm a Bishop. And one of the things that he said something about Jesus. I can't remember exactly the words that he used, but he said something about Jesus. And it triggers me as someone who was still a Christian, though I was looking for the truth. So when I get triggered, I start looking for the truth, what I call the truth. And I think that's where my journey begins. But I think When? 2020, I guess. I can't remember. I'm not good with this, yeah?
Okay, it's fine. I'm not going to go hard on you now because I'm not watching me.
I will cry because this is too personal. Eh?
I'm gonna ask. Okay, so I've got different subtopics. I'm gonna ask you about human experience.
Okay.
Human experience. Why do we seek love even when we know love can break us?
As someone who does not believe in love, I would try to explain for those who believe in love and those who fall in love. So I do believe that people still fall in love even though whatever you say, because of conditioning. People have been conditioned to think in a certain way. You've been conditioned to feel in a certain way. And with what we are calling love, I do believe that people should separate what they are calling love in relationships, maybe. Because I love everyone. But that does not mean that I want to have a relationship with everyone. So I think maybe my understanding of love in most people is different.
Dang. Okay.
Is that a good answer?
Dang, yo. Why do you not believe in love?
Why I don't believe in love? I don't see a reason to believe in love. And I don't think that love... No. I think, no. This is why I don't like philosophical topics and conversations,
I'm
because
sorry.
love does not exist. Love is just a theory. Love does not exist.
What do you mean love does not exist? Love exists.
What's love?
It's a feeling.
It's a feeling.
Yes.
About what?
What do you mean about what? You can't touch, see it. You can feel it.
Okay.
Your heart, you feel. I don't know how to explain it, but you just know, Guti, okay, that's love. You know, Guti, okay, that's pain. No, that's fear. No, that's anger.
Okay. So is that feeling... Do you feel the same way for everyone? Do you love your mother the same way you love your boyfriend?
No.
Do you love your brother the same way you love your sister?
Yes.
So what? I'm trying to understand. What is that feeling?
Dang, bruh. Okay, I am the one asking questions, Isaga. You can't be asking me that.
Okay, so let's live love. Let's live love. Let's live love.
Okay, what do you think is the deepest human fear?
What is the deepest human fear is, I believe, is death. Everyone is afraid to die.
Really?
Yeah. Except me, I guess.
Why?
Because I don't die.
How do you find meaning in pain, chaos, or loss?
Because I do believe that order comes out of chaos. So I find meaning in loss, pain. What was the third one?
Loss,
Loss, pain,
chaos.
and chaos. Because order comes out of chaos. You will never know that. You will never know that if you touch a hot plate, you'll be burned up until you touch the stove. So that's chaotic, I believe. And you don't need to die to see the pain of death. You can see other people dying, and then you can realize that death is painful. So I do believe that order comes out of chaos.
Yeah. And, okay, you said I mustn't get personal, but I'm going to get personal now. Now, based with your answer, Ne, how does that imply to you? Like, how do you, like, whatever you go through, like in this case, pain, chaos, loss, how has that built you? How has what you've gone, like...
So...
How are you where you are now?
We are human beings and we are emotional beings, right? And I do believe that the only emotion that drives human beings to do whatever they want to do is fear.
Yeah.
If you were to run to get a prize, you won't run as fast as you are running away with your life. If a lion is chasing you, you use all the power that is within you to save your life. But if it's about a medal, a trophy, you won't run that fast. Sometimes, yes, you can use your power, but what drives human beings is fear. So I do believe that fear drives me every day of my life. I fear being hungry. I fear being jobless.
Okay.
I fear not to have shelter. I fear not to provide. I fear not to be a man in a society. So that fear drives me and it gives me the drive to keep going.
Nice. How do you handle the responsibility of influencing others' thoughts through your platform? Okay, I'll go slow.
Okay, I know I get the question. I'm laughing because I don't like anyone to look up to me. I don't like anyone to look at me and say, this is my role model. I'm not a good role model. I change a lot.
You got a lot of people that watch you and that look up to you. So what do you mean?
They must find their own selves. They must find their own path. I find my own path, but I was also influenced by other people. But the problem with following people, everyone is their own self. And I remember being disappointed by someone who I was following. Not only one. I think 3 of my role models disappointed me in what they stand for. So at that point, I realized that the only role model that exists is you. You can only become what you want. You can only become who you are. So I don't like people to look out at me and say, this is the role model. I'm so confused about myself and I'm so confused about the world. I think that's a good answer. Okay.
Okay, I can take that. I guess Anna, let me buzo. Okay, I'm gonna ask about the future of humanity.
Okay.
Are we heading towards awakening or self-destruction as a species?
We are headed towards destruction as a species.
Yep.
And I do believe that human beings don't exist anymore.
Yeah, perfect.
That's my theory.
Yeah.
I think that's a simple and a short answer, because if I go deep and dive,
I will
sure,
go.
Let's leave it there.
Do you think we can ever achieve true unity, or is polarity part of the divine design?
The system was designed to divide. The system was divided to separate. So unity is an illusion. And I always fight with the people who try to, it's good to unite, but you can't unite with these people. We can't unite with the modern people, the youth, the elders. So it's almost impossible. But in theory, people say that they want to unite the world. But this system is divided. This system was built to divide the people. That's why we have the rich and the poor. That's why we have the blacks and the whites. That's why we have all sorts of classes in society. We have men and women. So I do believe the system is there to divide people.
Okay. Do you believe we are being guided by higher beings, or are they simply higher aspects? Or are they simply higher aspects of ourselves? Yeah.
Wow, that's a tough question. It's in my mind. It's easy to answer, but to give it out to the world is difficult. Yeah, I believe there are higher beings. I do believe that associate with human beings, and that's interfere with our day-to-day lives. I don't know how some people would explain and interpret those beings. Some would interpret them as aliens. Some interpret them as angels. And maybe some interpret them as God. But I've never encountered one personally, but I do believe it's a belief. I think that's a simple answer.
Nice.
That's all I can say about it.
Do you think true expression requires vulnerability?
That's a tricky question. No.
It's not tricky.
No,
it's deep.
no.
It's not tricky. It's deep.
I don't believe that true expression should require vulnerability.
What is true expression, all right?
Being true to yourself, being true to who you are.
What are you bringing out, Mas?
And I don't believe that if you have to be true, you have to be vulnerable.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know, but that's what I do believe. How many questions do you have?
It's a bunch, brah, and
Okay.
like I'm busy going up and down.
Okay.
Is leadership today about service or control?
Leadership was never about.
The question is leadership today about service or control?
Leadership was never about service. Leadership was about control. Power does not mean that you have to do a service. I do believe that people will have power, and once you have power and money, you become corrupt. So it doesn't matter whether you are a good human being or you're a bad human being. Once you get those two things, you get corrupted.
I feel like it depends, Wango.
So
Okay.
leadership,
It depends what you are leading.
maybe you are right.
There are
but
leaders that have to serve, and there are leaders that want to
I
control.
would like to see a leader who is serving. I would like to show me one leader.
You should visit my church.
Okay. Let me leave it there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, wapedza upindura.
I'm done.
Saka watichi?
I said
What's
leadership is not about service.
Service.
Leadership is about control.
Control. Okay. If society is a mirror of the individual, what does our world right now say about the human condition?
We are doomed. I do believe that we have lost humanity. We have lost our true sense of being humans. And I do believe that there's a lot going on in the world. We are being influenced in every corner. So I don't see good in human beings anymore. It's easy to pass someone in the street. Huh?
All of them?
Some human beings are good, but when you are being politically correct, I'm a good human being.
Give me full answers. Don't thoughts on me here.
I'm a good human being, but not everyone is.
Okay. Wait, where's my question? I had a very good question now.
Okay. Okay.
Wait, where's my question? Nagani. I'm gonna ask you this so long. How can people reclaim their power in systems designed to keep them divided or asleep?
How can people take power? The only way is to wake up. The only way to take your power in a system that is designed is to wake up.
Vuka.
So the system was designed to keep you asleep. There's a movie called They Live. Have you ever watched the movie? Okay. There's a movie called They Live, and the movie explains that the title explains that they live. Who are they? Who are those? So the system was designed to enslave human beings. So we are not slaves because we are chained. It's a form of mental slavery. So when I see people in marriages, in love, in relationships, in school, people who are pursuing academic careers, people who are in every system of the world, I see mental chains. And I do believe that the only way for people to get out of the system is to wake up. Because the system will tell you that you need to go to school and you need to work and then you need to serve. And when you serve, you have more money and then you can now have a better life. But you might die. Most people are dying without even enjoying their lives, being stuck in the system. So the only way is to wake up.
Why do you think corruption and inequality persist even when we claim to be evolving as species?
Because human nature is corrupt. And if you can check all the leaders who existed and all the great leaders, even within our own families, we are corrupt. Even within our own societies, we are corrupt. I don't believe that maybe when we talk of the word corruption, it's a political word that people use to describe politicians when they are corrupt. But I do believe that corruption is a human nature.
Human nature.
If I was given a power to be a manager, who am I going to employ first?
Tell me.
My brother is starving, and I've got a post, but he's not qualified to work the job. What must happen? Should I hire someone with a skill and who is qualified, who does not belong to my family? But I've got a brother who is sitting at home, who's struggling to find a job. I'm showing you scenarios whereby human beings become corrupt.
No. It makes sense.
Okay.
But like...
It makes sense that I employed my brother who is unqualified and I did not choose someone who is qualified.
No, but... Okay, it depends.
That's what I'm saying. Human beings are corrupt.
It depends how far your business is.
That's corruption. So
you can't employ someone who's got no skills, no experience, no qualifications. Yes, they're gonna help you bring a source of income and money into your business, right?
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be as good enough compared to someone who has got the skills.
That's what I said. If I would give it a chance, is Tribbler, I was given a chance to employ. There's a post at my work, right?
Employ this qualified one and your brother. Let them both work.
Why should I employ my brother?
You want one worker?
Yeah.
Wait,
there's only one post, right? And we need someone to work. I've got a brother who is jobless, who is sitting at home.
You can
there's
find your brother another job, my bro. No, you can help him also because
Is that practical?
I don't know, uncle.
Or just
Maybe
a
in
theory?
the
Just a theory.
I'll grow.
When you are in the industry, you understand that I will never allow my brother to starve while I'm the manager. That's why if you check some of our people, even in the army, even in the police, they're not fit enough to be doing that job, but we give them the opportunity because they are our brother. I'm one of the person who benefited from corruption when I finished school. That's not political corruption. Okay. I benefited from corruption in a sense that I finished my O-level in Zim and I went straight into the industry. I went straight into the working space.
Like podcasting, or is it like working? Okay.
I was working as a merchandiser.
Okay.
But I won't mention the company names and stuff. But I was given the job not because I was qualified, but because my brother was an official. And I had nowhere to go. I finished school and I need to eat and I need to be my own man. I'm not qualified. What must happen?
Okay, I feel like let me put your scenario in my personal shoes. Okay. If now I'm a manager or the CEO and can I speak, Shona?
Yeah.
And Mningna Anna Bas and she's not qualified. She's skills, all that. I can't be a manager or a boss and lack connections out there.
You do not understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you're not making sense.
I went straight from all level. 0 qualifications to work in any space.
No, we are talking about the question here.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm saying, I'm trying to show you the level of corruption. That it was corrupt that I was employed, even though I was not qualified. But it was okay because it was me and my brother. And it did not, of course, it affected a lot of people. Of course, it affected those companies. The same applies to politicians. Politician or politics is a career, it's a job. No one's going to politics to save you. No one is in politics to die for the people.
Yeah.
People are dying to feed their families. So if it is the same as being a manager of a shop or any business, I do believe that anyone will act the same.
All right, coach.
Good answer.
Do you think consciousness creates matter or does matter awaken consciousness?
Wow. I think consciousness. I do believe that consciousness. What?
Do you think consciousness creates matter? Do you understand the question?
I understand the question, but it's a difficult question, and I think you need to forgive me on this one. You need to forgive me on this one. I will need to explore. I need to explore that one. It's tough. It's a deep philosophical question.
You don't want love.
I don't want love.
You don't want love.
I want love.
What happens when truth becomes a threat to comfort?
People tend to be, there's a disease that is called cognitive dissonance. Is when the reality is presented, you can't live with the reality because you are too entitled and you are too attached to what you believe. I struggle a lot when my awakening journey, I was born a Christian. My name is Zakaria. And when the truth hit in my face, I couldn't actually accept the truth. I couldn't accept that I was wrong. So I do believe that that's almost everyone. We can't face the reality. We can't face the truth, even though it has to challenge our beliefs in what we're being taught and believe.
How do you speak the truth in a world that punishes honesty?
I used to speak the truth, and I still speak the truth. And in some way, I reserve what I say to people.
Yeah.
And I reserve who I speak with, especially with the people of my color. I'm too much reserved. I used to fight for them.
When you say people of your color, you mean black people in general or Mazimba?
Okay. When I say people of my color, I mean black people, right? It's not our fault that we are behaving in this way. It's not our fault that we are poor as we are. It's not our fault. Everything that happens or that is happening to us today is an end product of colonialism and slavery.
Yeah.
So the reason why, people will get me wrong when I start speaking these things. But I used to fight for black people. I used to fight for Zimbabweans. But I give up. In some way, I give up because whenever you speak the truth, whenever you try to awaken people, whenever you try to show them what you believe that, of course, everyone thinks that whatever they believe is true. But when you try to show them the truth with facts, instead of accepting the truth, they will attack you. So, in some way, I reserve who I speak with, and I reserve what to tell and speak with people. Answered? These questions are burning inside, yo. I thought it was easy, but it's not.
Sorry. If time isn't real, why do we still feel regret?
If time is real.
God.
Time is not real. And the reason why people end up regretting is because they do things without understanding what they're doing. They do things.
No, wait. If time isn't real.
Yeah. Yes, I said time is not real. Yeah.
If it's not real.
Yeah.
Why do we still feel regret?
We feel regret because we did things without understanding them.
No, you know what? I feel like I should have also read these questions instead of just searching, because what is this?
Yeah, because...
No, but I hear you.
Okay. Are you satisfied with the answer?
I'm not, because the questions was like, let me just come and just bomb you, but yeah, it looks like I'm bombing myself.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not ask about what subtopic is here. No, I'm not gonna ask that. Is healing about becoming new or remembering who you've always been? Damn.
Ask the question again.
Oh, damn. Is healing about becoming new? Is healing about becoming new or remembering who you've always been?
Healing is remembering who you are. It's to remember that you are a human being. It's to remember that you belong on this planet. It's to remember where you come from. I think that's I do believe is healing. Becoming new, I don't know about becoming new. I do believe that the only way to heal is to be authentic.
Let's say, for example, you're a person that was like a druggist, like doing drugs,
okay.
And then now you've cleansed yourself.
Okay.
You've become new.
You become who you are.
That's just...
You become who you... No one is born a drunkard. No one is born into alcoholism. No one is born in...
Okay.
So you remember who you are.
Yeah, nice. How do you handle the loneliness that comes with awakening?
When you are awakened, you don't feel lonely. You are alone, but you are not lonely. I spend most of my times alone. But that's not being lonely. Are you getting the sense?
You're not wrong.
Okay. I feel comfort when I'm alone. I feel joy when I'm alone. I feel authentic when I'm alone. And why do people have friendships and relationships? It's to find comfort from other people, is to find joy, to find happiness. So if you can have that joy and happiness within yourself, that's not loneliness, I believe.
Pindura.
Okay.
That was a very nice answer. What? This is a Gen Z question, guys. What do you think deja vu really is? It's not a Gen Z question.
Okay.
Memory, intuition, or timeline overlap?
Deja vu is complex.
Do you know what
But
deja vu
I do
is?
believe it's memory.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I said that I believe there is a higher consciousness of beings that maybe we cannot see and we cannot, maybe that no one can even experience. But I do believe that there are higher conscious beings, and the way some things happen in life, like deja vu, I can't explain it.
Yeah, no
And
way.
I've experienced the same things, same sequences, same pattern. And I'm like, something's wrong, something's happening here. So I do believe, yeah. I'm giving short answers
Why?
because I have nothing to say. These questions are too philosophical and they're too deep and they need digestion. I'm just chewing.
Do you think peace is found by? Ooh. Do you think peace is found by escaping conflict or by embracing it?
Peace is found.
Is it found by escaping conflict?
Yeah,
or
peace is found by
embracing
escaping conflict. Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, you're not gonna make that a short answer.
Okay. This is
I
some
wanna
this is
learn.
some deep philosophy, and you cannot fuck. These questions, man. You know, it's easy to be a podcaster and to ask people questions, but it's not easy to be asked questions and give the answers. Repeat the question again.
Do you think peace is found by escaping conflict or by embracing it?
Whenever there's conflict or disputes, the only way to find a solution is to fight. And I do believe that fighting is not the only solution to resolve conflicts. You can just walk away from a conflict and then you'll find peace. You can just say sorry to someone who is stepping on your toe and then you can avoid the fight. So we need to avoid conflict. I'm giving short answers because this is deep and I don't want to say the wrong things on the...
Can I ask you a personal question?
Okay,
It's
let's
not
go.
personal.
Let's do it.
What
I
is
have nothing personal. I can share anything with anyone.
what does forgiveness mean to you, and who have you had to forgive most deeply? Who have you had to forgive most deeply?
Okay, repeat the question.
What
Repeat the
does
question.
forgiveness mean to you, and who have you had to forgive most?
Forgiveness means to let go, to me, and not to remember the past. And
No, I'm listening.
okay. You sure I'm not a philosopher, but I'm trying to give my answers as much as I can. Who have I had to forgive the most? It is me. The only person that I have forgiven many times, and countless times, and with valid reasons is me. I've let myself down in many ways, at many times. And no one else hate me. The only person who hate me was myself. So I've forgiven myself for not believing in myself. I've forgiven myself for not trusting my inner self. I've forgiven myself for sometimes being too arrogant and being too ambitious. And yeah,
Why would you forgive yourself for being so ambitious?
because I've done so many things wrong because of ambition. And those things end
What
up...
do you do with your ambition? What path are you going?
I'm ambitious in every way of life. Everything that I do, I don't play. So I believe that my ambition is, in some way, turned out to be negative in my life. So I had to forgive myself that I was ambitious, I was wrong. And I had to forgive myself.
If your soul had a mission statement, what would it be, Tribbler?
Free the people, free their minds.
I'm
far.
You are far. Okay. What if everything we call coincidence is actually divine orchestration?
Okay. As I've said, I do believe in the existence of higher conscious beings or other dimensional beings. That's why I don't believe in coincidences. Everything happens for a reason, and everything I believe that happens at the right time. The same with deja vu, the same with miracles. There are a lot of unexplained experiences that we go through in our lives, and the more we try to understand them, the more we realize that we only have a little knowledge about the universe, not the full scope.
How can people reclaim their power in systems designed to keep them divided or asleep?
I've answered this question.
Did you? Yeah. Did I ask this question?
Yeah. And
no, I didn't.
Was to wake up. People must wake up because the system was designed to make people
sleep. I feel like
sleep.
the questions are similar.
Okay. I said people must wake up because the system was designed to make people sleep. So people are still asleep. And the system was designed for that, for people to be asleep. So the only way is to wake up. I've never been asked questions about what I like to talk about.
Well, let me ask you questions, Mike.
Okay.
Have there been any interviews or guests that completely changed your perspective?
That's a tough one. Oh, that's a tough one. I would say, I don't know. Usually, I don't keep tracks. I don't have as much interviews as maybe some podcasters. I only had, maybe this is the 6th episode or the 7th one. So, I can't say much on that one.
Okay. So, nobody challenged you?
I don't think, maybe, I don't know.
What am I doing?
What are you doing?
I'm joking. Okay. How do you stay objective when discussing political issues?
Because I believe in myself. I believe that the only truth that exists is within me. I believe that I'm the creator of the universe, and without me, nothing exists. So I have to be objective. I can't be. Sorry, I have to be. What did I say? So repeat the question.
How do you stay objective when discussing political issues?
I'm not objective. I thought you said, why am I subjective? No.
No, how do you stay objective?
Okay, I don't stay objective when discussing political things. I always stay subjective. I don't agree with everyone because we...
No, wait, shame. It's the question. Educate me.
Okay.
What is objective?
Okay.
What is...
Objective means that...
Subjective.
People believe in something, like in large groups. Let's say Christians. That's objective. That's objective truth that there is a God who is in heaven. It's an objective truth. A subjective truth is when you say, I believe this. I personally believe this. That's only you. That's your only truth. It is true to you. It's not true to everyone else.
Nice.
So when I discuss politics, I'm not objective because I don't belong to any group. I don't belong to anyone. I belong to myself. So I only stay true to me and to what is me.
You cover deep and controversial topics, Ne? So I wanted to ask these questions. Wait.
These questions are just too much for me, yo.
Wait. Okay. How do you decide what's worth discussing?
Okay. There are things that matter in a society, and there are things which are just useless. We can't ignore relationships. We can't ignore love. We can't ignore marriages because they do affect our lives in many ways. Let me give you an example. I talk a lot about population control, and I say that poor people must control their population. And people would get me wrong in many ways. So I'm saying I choose to discuss such topics because I do understand, even if they don't directly affect me, in some way they do affect me. We have limited resources, and we have more and more graduates almost every year, and the numbers are going up. But where are we sending the ones that we have today? There is no industry to employ these people. So if we keep on having more kids and more babies, it means more poverty. So I discuss about such topics.
It's not supposed to be funny, I'm sorry.
So I discuss about those topics because if we have a bunch of unemployed people, the only thing that they can do to survive is to be criminals.
To be corrupt.
So being poor and criminality, I think they go hand in hand. Most crimes are committed by poor people. Of course, I'm polarizing too much, but that's what I believe.
If maybe you can say that and refer to maybe not even just Africa, maybe SA or I don't know, Zong or I don't know.
They will come for me if I say it.
But you can't say people like in other continents like UK and whatnot, the people that commit crime, they are poor. Never.
No, I'm saying that most people who are committing crimes obviously are from poor backgrounds.
Drug lords in UK, my guy.
Of course.
That shit is real.
Of course, they are those people everywhere. But I'm saying I discuss such topics because if I care much about myself and about everyone else, how you live your life, if you can't afford to send your kid to school, if you can't afford to give them shelter and food, then who is responsible for your child? So I discuss those topics. The same I discuss politics. I discuss politics because if we allow everyone to vote, and if everyone is not intellectual, then their decisions when voting, they will elect corrupt, stupid, and useless leaders. So we have to discuss these things. I don't know if I've answered enough.
No, you did.
I need to explore.
What do you want listeners to feel or think after each episode?
Okay.
Wait, the reason why I'm asking this, you mentioned earlier, Kuti,
I don't want people to look up to me and say
whoever is watching Tribbler right now, you are following him at your own risk.
Yeah. I'm responsible for what I say. I'm not responsible for how people interpret what I say.
Saka, why do you do what you do?
Do you get my sense?
I get your sense, but what?
I cannot explain to everyone what I mean with what I say because everyone is different.
But you're a podcaster, you must talk.
No. I speak to people. If you can relate, please relate. But don't look up to me as your standard or your moral compass. The way I live my life is me. The way I live my life should not influence you. If you want to do so, please do it at your own risk because I'm saying I'm confused about myself. I don't know myself, and I change my mind a lot. I might be saying this thing today, and tomorrow I'm saying the different thing because I'm evolving. I'm not stuck in one place. I used to think that drinking beer is for people who are, what can I say? I used to be Christian, and I never drank beer when I was young. I started drinking beer when I was, I think, 21 or 22. And I didn't eat pork. I think it was disgusting to eat pork. I believe it was disgusting to go to a club. So I've evolved, I've changed. Now I eat pork. Now I drink my beer. So if someone would look up to me and say, I need to be treated with my role model, and then they later find that I'm eating pork and I'm drinking beer, they'll be disappointed. So there are a lot of things that I say, and the next thing, I change my mind. The same way I supported Emerson Mnangagwa in 2023 is the leader of ZANU-PF. And now I've changed my mind. So I changed my mind a lot. And people should not look up to me and say, Tribbler, do it at your own risk.
Saka, what inspired you to start the Tribbler Podcast?
I believe I've got a message for the world, and I believe that I was someone who grew up and I was always suppressed. I couldn't speak out. And I find podcasting being a space and a place whereby I can express myself and my emotions with no one hindering me.
And how has it evolved ever since you first launched it?
It's still growing, it's still small. Being a podcaster is not easy as being maybe a musician or even a dancer.
Why do you do it?
Why do I do it? Because I find joy.
Yeah. Right.
I'm good at speaking. I find that I'm good at speaking, and I'm good at teaching, and I'm good at talking nonsense. So I do believe that the only space that I can say my nonsense is on a podcast, because I find it difficult to relate with people socially. My social interaction is bad. I don't have friends, not even a little. I only me. So the only way that I can express myself, the only way that I can interact with people is through podcasting. Yeah.
Where do you see, I'm going easy on you now.
Okay.
Like closing.
So we start on a higher note.
Where do you see the Tribbler Podcast in the next 2 years?
Oh, that's a different question. I see the Tribbler Podcast, let me be delusional on this one. I see the Tribbler Podcast being a success in the next 2 years. And let me be realistic. I see the Tribbler Podcast as something that is going not to be that big as I expect because of the artificial intelligence. And now we have AI making music, and we now have AI doing videos. So it's in either way, I believe this thing will be a success. But in another way, I believe it might be a failure due to the introduction of artificial intelligence.
Do you want it to stay here, or do you want it to
I would like people to follow me. I would like more and more followers.
Wait,
and I would like it to grow.
Okay. Ndati. Do you want it to stay here, or you want it to expand to other locations like Broadwise and whatnot?
I speak to human beings.
Do you want it to go to other...
I don't speak to specific groups.
Yes, I get that.
If I'm speaking to human beings, I would like every human being on the planet to follow and to hear the Tribbler's voice.
So now you're telling me someone in Canada wants to talk to you, they must come here.
No.
That's what I'm saying. Do you want it to expand?
Oh,
how do you want it to expand?
Okay. That's a... That question cannot be answered now, but obviously when you are into something, obviously you want it to grow. When you have a child, you would like to see them growing, and you would like to see them following your path, which is the theory of any business or any entrepreneurship. But the practical is actually different from what is a theory.
If we are all fragments of the same source, what purpose does individuality truly serve? If we are all fragments of the same source, what purpose does individuality truly serve? Oof, that is...
Okay. We come from the same source, but we have no purpose.
And same source is vuni.
What's that?
Vu. Soil. Okay, never mind. Answer your question. Vu. You don't know what vu is? It's a vu, like vu soil. Vuma, vu.
Ivu.
Oh,
Okay. You said vu.
Oh.
Okay. Ma, vu. Ivu. Okay.
Ivu.
Okay. So I know.
Do they mean that?
No.
Oh.
They mean that all human beings are the same. What can I say? We come from the same source. We are all the same. We are one thing. Are you getting the sense?
I'm listening.
Okay. So the question was, if we are fragments of the same source, do we have the same individual?
What purpose does individuality...
We don't have purpose. And I tried to figure out what is the purpose of life, and maybe I'm wrong in this one, but I believe that there's no purpose in life, and we all have one purpose, which is to live and die. And whatever purpose to be a podcaster, that's me now finding my own purpose to live this life. But life is no meaning, life is no purpose. If we're living in the jungle, like the Hadzabe, they don't aspire to be anything. They just want to live to see the next day. And that's it. It's done.
Here's a cute question. If you could speak to your younger self, what truth would you whisper?
Wow. Well, I don't know why I love this question. Everything that you were told was a lie. Everything I was being told as a kid was actually the opposite of what is true.
Colonization.
Not only colonization, even the people who colonized us, they were being lied. So, colonization was everywhere in the world. It was not only about the whites colonizing the blacks. At one point, if you check the history of the Zulus, Uchaka is not the king, what can I say? He's not the founder of the kingdom. He made existing kingdoms. I don't know if I'm making sense. Who else can I give an example? Chaka colonized the families like the Komalos. I'm trying to figure out the names of other tribes which were conquered by Chaka. But I know the Komalo.
Here's a random. What did Mahatma Gandhi do?
I don't know much about Mahatma Gandhi. But I'm trying to say that colonialism was not only about blacks and whites. It was a thing amongst every people and every nation. So, yeah. Did I answer this question for?
Yes, it's not bad. Yeah. Indamba ivunzai. Can media be scared if it serves truth instead of entertainment?
Social media never sold the truth.
Good Tribbler.
What sells the most? Okay, before I was a podcaster, I was an artist. I was doing music, right? I was a rapper. I was a gangster. I was a Tribbler gang. And then I stopped. The reason why I stopped doing music is because music is not about, okay, the music industry. I need to separate music as an art and music as an industry. For you to survive as an artist, you must sell a product that people want to buy. You must sing music or say things that people want to hear and will buy. So if you now go and say things that people don't like, of which is the truth, or maybe it is what gives them morals, they won't buy that shit. That's why you see bubblegum music is popping up, and it is the most selling music. Why? Because social media does not sell the truth. It's all about what the people want, and it turns out to be garbage.
Yani, is art still powerful in an age where algorithms decide what we see?
Art is a language. Art is a language, and art is still relevant, and it is still influencing people in our day-to-day lives. Whenever I went outside, I see art. The way you dress is art. The way you walk, it is art. The way you speak. What else? Everything I see is art.
Okay. Do you believe time is linear or cyclical? Are we moving forward or awakening to what has always been? Are we awakening?
That question is too philosophical for me, but I would try to. Is time linear? I believe that history is repeating itself, but in different ways and in different forms.
Are we moving forward or awakening to what has always been?
That's a tricky question.
Now don't rush the answer, because I want to learn.
I have to think, and if I spend time thinking, people will be like, this guy. Wow. I think nothing is new under the sun, and we are just discovering what has always been there.
Yeah, for real.
So I think that's these things are too much for me. I think that's the best short answer I can give.
If consciousness is eternal, what do you think we are meant to learn in this human lifetime?
I think I don't know. That's why I said we find purpose.
I'm so sorry for the questions. I can see I'm prying you, okay? I'm so sorry.
I believe life has no purpose, and as I said, we are just. In fact, we start dying the day we are born, so we have no purpose. Yeah, you start dying the day you are born.
Explain.
You are dying now. As you're getting old, your body is deteriorating. More years, it means that your lifespan is declining. Your body is declining. That's why the more you get old, the more your body even... No, that's the truth. Okay. Most people, when they get old, older people, they struggle a lot with...
A lot of stuff.
Memory loss. They lose memory a lot. But that's not the same with a child. And there are certain things that kids can do which adults cannot do. Some physical abilities that you cannot do. So, yeah.
What role do you think technology and AI play in human evolution? A tool or a test? I'll stand by 1 minute answer.
Sure.
Okay, it's fine. It's okay.
I believe AI is a tool. It's a tool that is being used to control human beings. That is being used to separate human beings. In some way, that's I can define as mental slavery. Because now I can fall in love with artificial intelligence. Now I can listen to a song that was composed and recorded and published by artificial intelligence. So, it's a tool.
I don't know if I asked this question. What if everything we call coincidence is actually divine orchestration?
Yeah,
Did you answer that?
I think I answered that. I said it's divine orchestration, yeah.
Yeah.
But not God.
Nyara, I'm so sorry. No, I take that back.
No one's asking me why I am who I am. I'll be asking.
My question.
If we do a last question, then it will be around about just under an hour, so it will be fine.
Okay.
Our last question. I'll cut this out.
Okay.
Do you think this is a question that's coming out from my mind now because I think I'm done with the phone for now. I'm trying to come up with a nice question for you. Do you think you need a certificate or a degree to make it in life? Because I can tell you now, there are countless people making it out there without a degree. Saga, my question is having a degree the only golden andazi key to make it, or that's just another way to play the game?
Okay. That question is tricky because I can tell you a degree is useless and there's someone out there who is living a nice life with a degree. And there's someone out there who have a degree and who are just doing nothing because their degrees means nothing. It's useless.
Sorry guys, is useful it decreases in.
Yeah, when I say useless, I mean that we have lots of graduates, but we don't have a place where to send them. We are having graduates each and every year, but we are not building new industries and job opportunities. So the degree becomes useless because you are qualified, but you are qualified per paper, but you're not qualified in the world. So it's difficult for most people who have that degrees. That's why I'm saying it's useless. And you find that there's someone who have never been to school who is drop out. Fuck, who's living life. So I don't think that school matters. That's me. That's why I said when you asked me that if I were to tell my
little self,
I said that everything that I was told was a lie. I was told that I need to go to school and to study, not to use a calculator, not to copy, to ask the teacher to go to the bathroom, to sit and learn in quietness and not ask questions. If you ask critical questions, that's a big problem. It happens to me in church, it happens to me in school. So I believe that education was just programming us to go into a space whereby you need to write with a pen and a paper. But we don't use papers and pens anymore. I don't know the last time that I used a pen, except when I'm writing my thoughts. But I mean, at work, I never used a pen in a book. So the system that we had, the educational system, never equipped us for the world. It equipped us for the industries which are no longer relevant now.
Going deep, my bro. But I hear you.
Is that a good answer?
Yeah, you're making
It's a bad answer.
You want to ask me any questions? No, I'm not allowing that.
Okay, I think that was the last question. Eh? Okay, I had a tough time today and I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm feeling. I'm having mixed emotions and mixed feelings because I'm used to ask people questions and I'm used to make people uncomfortable in the studio. But today I'm the one who was being uncomfortable. And
were the questions bad, Dr. Daro?
They were not bad. They were too philosophical for me. But thanks.
Majority of the questions is what you always ask other people.
That's what I'm saying. I had an opportunity to feel
how the pressure of having to answer
questions. Yeah, so I think it's good for my growth. It's good for me. I won't go deep on you guys. But thank you for watching this episode. And thanks, Luhle, for coming to the Tribbler Podcast.
I'm so honored.
Thank you for making me uncomfortable in my own space. Thank you.
You learned, right? I learned. Thanks,
guys. See you on the next episode.